Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. We are back, and in the last episode we successfully landed on Ilu over here, and now our two carbonauts on the surface of Ilu need to wait for the Ilu supply mission to arrive at Ilu so that they are able to leave this planet again, because their interplanetary state ran out of fuel during their, well, it ran not completely out of fuel, but it was almost out of fuel, so not enough fuel to return back to Kerbin. In this case, they need to wait at Ilu for the supply mission. And yeah, then we do have our Gilly mission, or our Eve exploration, and this mission needs to wait a little bit until Eve and Kerbin have aligned, so that we do have a return window, and this will take some time. Our Jewel expedition is going on, but they are still pretty far away from Jewel. Same goes for our Dres expedition. And well, in the end, the next upcoming thing for us is the burn for the Ilu supply mission coming up in 50 days and 9 hours, so this is quite a while we need to wait. Then we will have at some point our Dres research probe, which is flying through space for quite a while, for 1 year and 79 days, has an upcoming burn in 65 days, so a lot of time will pass by until the next event is coming up. But at first I was just checking the contracts we currently have available, and there are two interesting things. Science data from space around Eve, transmit or recover scientific data from space around Eve. Yeah, we are currently orbiting around Eve, so we can accept this, and when we are leaving Eve we will have another flight around Eve. Then I can do a short EVA or so and transmit it back and get some additional rewards for this, which is pretty cool, so let me accept this one. And then we do have something very interesting, plant flag on Dres. Yeah, we are on our way with a manned mission up to Dres. This is also cool, so let me accept this contract. Engine test, no, we are not flying with such an engine up to Lathe. We do not have an LV1 liquid fuel engine on our Eve expedition. I do not want to test such things right now, because I only want to do these missions I'm currently able to do, but then we do have science data from space around Kerbin. So yeah, transmit or recover scientific data from space around Kerbin, and this is pretty much doable for us, because we do have our science station currently in orbit, and this is the thing I like to do before I will continue with the time warp, and before I will bring us close to the correction burn of the supply mission. So now we can do the science data from space around Kerbin pretty easy, and then I will do the next time warp to bring us closer to the event that we can do our correction burn. And in this case, let us switch to the science station and have a short visit up in space. And here we are even in the sunlight, we have a beautiful view to the moon. Now this is cool. And now, Sithead and Jetmike Kerman. And I think it will be Sithead who is now going on a short EVA. Switch on your lights, let go, and while he is flying around our cool science station, this is a really cool object, and I'm currently thinking about upgrading it in one of the, well, not in the near future, because in the near future we need to complete our Jewel exploration, but right now, well, this is also a project I do have in mind, and he now can do an EVA report from space just above Kerbin's water. Okay, keep the data, because you are now then able to transmit it back home. Okay, you did an amazing EVA. Let's fly back to the crew quarter, to the hitchhiker storage container, and come on, grab Ragged and board. Okay, we have stored this data, and now review one stored data, and we can transmit it back home. And starting the transmission with one of our antennas on top of the science station, and we have done this, and contract complete. Science data from space around Kerbin. Well done, we have received some additional money, some, well, 1 science, and 150 prestige. Not bad, not bad. Okay, this was cool. This was really cool. This was a success. And with this, I will do now the next time warp as we are coming directly across Kerbal Space Center. This is cool. And I will bring you back in once we are ready to do our mid-course correction. Okay, about 50 days have passed, and the next correction burn is coming up, and I was just checking the contract, and we do have science data from space around Elu. We are currently on the surface of Elu, so at some point we will be able to do this mission and or to do this contract. In this case, let me just accept the contract, because this is another contract on our road we just can complete without any preparation, and this is quite cool. And we do have currently a lot of active goals or contracts, and this is pretty nice. And now it's time to do the correction burn for our Elu supply mission, so that we can bring back our brave Kerbonauts from the surface of Elu back home to save Kerbin. In this case, let me switch over to our Elu supply mission. And yeah, we are only 4 minutes and 27 seconds out of the burn, and this burn out here, the sun has already become quite small. Let us see, what is the burn doing? The burn will change a little bit our current trajectory or the inclination, so that we will have an Elu encounter and Elu periapsis of, wow, 57,000 kilometers. That is pretty far away. Can we maybe get this a little bit closer already? This would be amazing. If we can align our trajectory. No, I want to see this. I want to have the nav ball. Let me get this a little bit higher. This is cool. Okay, so what is this then now? 6,000 kilometers. Oh, this was a bit too much. Okay, 5,000 kilometers. Now we need to get a bit closer. So let me just kill the maneuver node. Okay. Well, 6,000 kilometers. I'm not quite sure why when I'm... Okay. There's some point that somehow there is no trajectory possible. But yeah, okay. 4,000 kilometers. This is much closer. This is nice. This is very nice. Okay, we have set up our maneuver node. Now we just need to do the burn. Let me see. I'm excited to see how long this burn will take. And I hope once I'm arrived there at Elu that I do have enough fuel. But yeah, look at the fuel tanks. This is a lot of fuel. I think this should be good enough to bring back my 2 Kerbonauts back to Kerbin after they finish their expedition on the surface of Elu. Because now they have a lot of time. They have, well, they can spend so much time on the surface of Elu because they have to wait for this mission to arrive there. And yeah, in this case, they can enjoy their time down there. And when will the thing arrive? It will arrive in 206 days. So they can spend additional 206 days on the surface of Elu and do there some interesting experiments or something like this. I think this is a nice time for them because, well, they can be on a different world and they can enjoy their time, and I think this is a pretty cool quest for them. And so yeah, and as an appetizer, I do not want to cut you out of the burn. I want to just demonstrate this from this orbital map. The Dres expedition, our manned Dres expedition, is already pretty close to Dres, so they are about to arrive at Dres. This is cool. And also our Dres research probe is also getting closer to Kerbin. So a lot of exciting things are going to happen, and yeah, in this case I think we will see maybe even the arrival of our Dres crew at Dres in this episode, and this is pretty amazing. I can't wait for this. But at first, okay, we have to complete additional 30 seconds of our burn before we will then be on a good trajectory down to Elu, and then at some point we need to do another correction burn to bring us closer to Elu, but this will happen pretty late, I guess. I will prepare this, maybe off camera, I'm not quite sure, so that we can then do the last correction burn. And now, let me see, do we have already, let me do this very gently, the last steps of the burn. Where's, oh, there's the trajectory coming down. Now it's disappeared, now it's available again. Okay, the the computer is not quite sure if we do have an encounter with Elu or not. At least, we're getting closer with our trajectory, so it's not quite sure if we are having an encounter or not, but okay, it's... And let's cut the engine right now. Okay. And it's now pretty sure that we do have an encounter. This is nice, this is nice. Okay, the Elu supply mission is on a good way, is on a good trajectory up to Elu, and maybe around... No, not in... How can I access... Well, I will figure this out later on. Now, we are on a good way, and I will do another time warp for about, I think it was around 20 days, until we have the next course correction burn for our Dres expedition, or the Dres research probe, we will see. Okay, here we are, about 14 days have passed, and this very old spacecraft is our Dres research probe, and the thing is now coming back home from Dres, and we need to do another correction burn, and the thing is already a quite long time in space, for 1 year and 144 days, and yeah, now it's time to finally return back home, and we do have a small maneuver node, and the small maneuver node will, let me just focus view on Kerbal, change our current trajectory from with a Minmus encounter and so on to a flight to Kerbal with a current periapsis of currently 76 kilometers. So I would like to go for a direct approach, so this is pretty cool. And yeah, this is what we want to do now. Let me at first aim for the maneuver node and get a little bit closer to the maneuver node, although this is not so much important because we are pretty far out of Kerbal, so we could have done this even 4 minutes out, but right now I want to do it a little bit more precise, so let's do the burn, and it's a very gently and short burn, and let's cut the engine. Okay, what have we done so far? We are currently out 480 kilometers. I like to get it a little bit closer, so let's use our engine additionally. Once more, moon encounter. Well, this doesn't matter. 62, 19 kilometers is good enough. Okay, let's quit and let's close our maneuver node. So 19 kilometers, and this is a direct approach. So yeah, our Dres research probe is now on its final approach, basically to Kerbal, and we will have our encounter. Kerbal escape. Kerbal encounter in 18 days, and then, yeah, we are returning back our Dres probe with the first data of Dres. And speaking of Dres, a look at our Dres expedition and the Dres planet itself. We are pretty close. Let's switch to it. And Anfrod Kerbal, currently on his way up to Dres. We are now only 12 days away from having an encounter with Dres, so this is coming up next. In this case, let me do another time warp. Oh wait, before I do this, I said I do not want to mess around so much with the contracts, but all the time I've done the time warp, I think new contracts have appeared. No, currently not. What? Test LV1 liquid fuel engine orbiting Dres. No, we do not have something like this. So in this case, we do not have any contracts we can do. In this case, let me do the time warp and I will bring you back in when we are arriving at Dres. Okay, here we are. Over there is Dres. And yes, Anfrod Kerbal has made it. He is now arriving at Dres. And this is pretty special. Now we are finally here. And we can start the expedition to another celestial body and to land on another celestial body. This is pretty exciting. And we are currently only 51 minutes out, and this is really special. This is so special that I'm really excited about this. So let me just do another short time warp to get a little bit closer to it, as usual, that I can do my usual encounter very gently and get close to it. And here we are, only a few seconds to go, and Dres has even become a little bit bigger. This is cool, this is cool. Now we have a nice visual on it. And yes, Anfrod is smiling because we are now in the sphere of influence of Dres. And we can do now a crew report. The surface has a patchwork of white and brown areas with a few craters, 35 signs. Let's transmit it back home. And oh, we had even a contract. I completely forgot about this. Contract complete. Science data from space around Dres. Okay. Wow, a lot of money and a lot of prestige. Or reputation. Not bad, not bad. And I just thought, well, this mission or this contract will be completed with our Dres probe coming back home from Dres, but apparently it's Anfrod's mission who is doing this at first. And I need to check this, but I think the Dres probe is bringing back home only the material study from near space, because it has only one thing. I need to check this, so let me just do right now the material study via high space overdrive. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it would be fun to paint the rocket with this. Yeah, the usual observation, very nice. And then we are able to do the let me toggle too far from object. Okay, lock gravity data. The sensor sweeps the surface and finds the average gravitational pull to be quite low for a planet. Okay, let's keep it. Well, I'm not quite sure. I'm bringing back some of these data already with the Dres research probe. I think I have done already the expeditions with the experiments with the mystery goo in high and low. I need to check this. So the only different thing I can do now is an EVA with Anfrod. Let go. Switch on your things. You can investigate while you're doing your EVA the integrity of your spaceship if everything is in order. And it looks good. And it's pretty interesting to see all the time how small a Kerbal is compared to all these engines. Look at the size of the Kerbal now compared to the huge nuclear rocket motor. This is crazy. This is crazy. But on the other hand, look how small the lander can is and how small the hatch is compared to the size of the Kerbal. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. This is really amazing. And now with a view on Dres, where's this planet? Oh, over there. There's a planet. We can do an EVA report for 56 signs. Very nice, very nice. Okay, don't float away from your spaceship. You need to return. You need to return to your spaceship. Okay, careful, careful. Slow down, slow down, slow down. And... oh. Careful. Okay, gently, gently. Grab. And Anfrod, let me just take the data and store all the data in my capsule. Okay, review stored data. We can now... no, I want to keep this. We can now transmit our EVA report. Let's do this. Okay, transmission complete. Well done, well done. And Anfrod. Anfrod was one of the Apollo crew, well, of my Apollo mission style, as I landed on the moon again. And yeah, now he is on an interplanetary mission up to Dres. And we will have our arrival at a periapsis of 100 kilometers. This is pretty good. Let me know. In 3 hours and 59 minutes we will arrive there. I hope this does not require too much of a burn to get captured by Dres. Oh dear. This requires a bit more of a burn. Come on. Somehow something is strange with the maneuver node. No. Can reduce a little bit. What do I need to get barely captured? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, now I'm leaving Dres again with this. What, a 10-day? Well, let's get it a little bit closer. 1 day. Still 1 day. 18 hours. Well, this is good enough. We can adjust this later on. But at first, we need wow, 2000 meters per second of delta V for this burn. I hope we do have enough delta V in our rocket to even return back home. I do not want to send another supply mission up here. But yeah, okay, let us approach to Dres. Let us speed up a little bit. And 2000 meters per second of delta V. I think this is a quite significant burn. This is even much more than I needed as I left Kerbal, and I think, well, a good position could be, let's say, 8 minutes? 8 minutes before the burn? Okay, let's do it from here. Let's turn the whole spacecraft around. I hope we are able to do this. And... oh, yeah, there's my retrograde vector. Come on, turn it around. And... okay, like here. Now, let's speed up. 10 minutes. 10-minute burn. Wow, okay. This will take now some time. In this case, you are aware of my usual approach of arriving at planets. And this is now the chance to do another time-lapse. Okay, Anfrod has almost finished his burn to establish an orbit around Dres, and yeah. Now let's have a look. Oh. Wow. Okay. So we have already done this. This is interesting. Now this is really interesting. I assumed we would need a little bit longer to do this. Okay, and as usual, as a landing preparation, I like to have again an equatorial orbit. So let me prepare for this. No. Changing the inclination in this direction. Like here. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we made it. We are orbiting around Dres. This is cool, this is cool. And well, we have even managed to do this before the end of the burn. And well, think about, I would have continued until the end of the burn, then I might have been on a collision course with Dres or on a suborbital trajectory. This could have been a little bit problematic if I realized this too late. Okay, I should have checked this on the orbital map, but yeah, this is pretty cool. This was a nice outcome, and let me just check, are we in high space or near space? High space over Dres. Okay, reset the experiment, and let's get closer to our maneuver node for the inclination change, so that we can have our equatorial orbit around Dres. And 3 minutes, 1 minute. Okay. Oh, we overshot it just a little bit, but this is not so much of a problem, because this is just a very short burn. And finish the burn. Well done. Okay, this is... well, not quite. Can we... let me get rid of this maneuver node. Let me just eyeball it. Okay, this looks much better. And as usual, the next point is our next burn to bring us down to maybe... well, Dres is pretty small. 20 kilometers. Yeah, 20 kilometers. I think this is a nice position. Coming up in 49 minutes to do the next trim maneuver of our orbit, so that we are then in hopefully near space of Dres, where we then can prepare our landing. This would be pretty amazing. But at first, we then can also do our experiments for near Dres. This would be also quite amazing. And let's get closer. Don't overshoot. Don't overshoot this time. Now we are in high space over Dres again. And okay, we overshot, but this is not so bad because it's just a very gently burn. And cut the engine. And also look at the orbital velocity. Well, this is not as crazy as orbiting around Minmus, but well, 171 meters per second is pretty slow. Okay, this is a little bit wonky. Can we? We are already at a good position here. Change our... yeah, like this. Like this. Only 11.3 meters per second. This is good. Well, let's do the change. Of course, I'm turning in the wrong direction as usual. So let's turn the whole spacecraft around. So that we can do the next inclination change. What about our fuel? Well, we do have some fuel left, and we do have our outer fuel tanks. I think this should be enough fuel to hopefully return back to Kerbal once we finished our Dres expedition and our return window has arrived. Okay, let's do the next burn to change a little bit more the inclination of our orbit and stop it. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. And the last burn for this episode will come up in 51 minutes, and it will be directly over the terminator of Dres. And oh, okay, very gently, 20 by 21. Well, this is good enough to circularize our orbit. Okay, coming up, as I said, in 51 minutes, so now we can speed up and we can fall down to Dres a little bit to get closer to this planet. Well, I'm not quite sure if this is a planet or if this is more or less a captured asteroid. But, oh no, only 10 times of time warp. Ooh, this makes the landing a little bit more complicated. We can't do a faster time warp, so this is almost as crazy as the Minmus operation, where we needed to wait for our landing because at an altitude of 8 kilometers, no time warp was allowed anymore, and well, Dres seems to have a similar issue. But okay, let's circularize our orbit, and then we have to deal with our only 10 times time warp, but I think it's still alright. Okay. And Dres has an interesting shape, pretty interesting. This is pretty cool. Okay, and cut the engine. So we are now in our orbit 21 by 22 kilometers. Very nice, very nice. So we can now orbit around here and we can do our next crew report in space near Dres. The surface has a petrol. Okay, this is still the same information. We can do this right now. And then, just in case, I like to do toggle the display. 0.84 meters per second squared. Log gravity data. The sensor sweeps the surface and finds the average gravitational pull to be quite low for our planet. Okay, the same information. Then we can do a temperature scan. What is the temperature? Toggle display. Minus 127.66 degrees. Oh, it's increasing a little bit. Log temperature. Okay. And of course, the most important thing, let's do an EVA. Let go. Switch on your lights. And careful, careful. Let's make sure. Oh, What is going on, Anfrod? Why are you scared? Ooh, Anfrod is scared. Maybe because he's thinking about his upcoming landing or so. Ooh, look at the poor guy. Ooh, he's not happy. He's really not happy. Poor guy. Poor guy. Okay, let's do your EVA. Let's do your EVA. 56 science. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Then, if you're so scared, it's better for you to return back home to your capsule. Let's do this. Let's bring him back home to the capsule. Okay. And gently and slow approach. Come on. Grip. Very good, very good. And you can take the data and take the data. Very nice. And board. Oh, a huge orange fuel tank. Okay, so review stored data. The EVA report. Let's transmit it. And let's keep all the other data. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Good job, Anfrod. Good job, Anfrod. Well, he's still scared. And okay, the orbital velocity is better than on Minmus. 367 meters per second is okay. And with this, I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode when we do our landing on the surface of Dres. And in this case, until next time, my name is Sebi. See you!